Just jump back, kick back, whip around and spin. Okay, okay. No, I'm not singing that. Even though the Ninjago theme song is very cool. All right, hello everyone. I am with Harry Thomas, and so Harry, what what's this stream about today?
Le- Lego Ninjago movie versus Last Airbender. Bring on our two shitty movies contestants into the ring. Into the ring.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Lego Ninjago movie versus the last Airbender movie. There is a lot to talk about how these movies are based off two TV shows, and yeah. But first, we will talk about the TV series for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the shit. Um. So yeah, I think the TV series are great. I think the Lego Ninjago one is very good, and Avatar: The Last Airbender is great. I think both of them are very good, very mature for children and all that. And yeah, and what would you like to say about them, Harry?
Yeah, the TV shows are both rock. They are both the kind of TV shows that kids should be watching and should be subjected to. That are not afraid to be mature and keep and at the same time be fun for kids and they're not and they inspire kids
I
and all.
would agree with that.
Oh yeah. So,
Go go Power Rangers!
oh yeah, Power Rangers childhood classic. Oh
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. They're both very, very good and quite popular, even though Avatar has ended, which sucks. But hey, that's better. That's better than turning it into a cash cow. Lego Ninjago, well, ended, but there is obviously going to be more. So yeah, because I honestly do think season 10 was a nice conclusion. I mean, yeah, I do agree. They could have made it longer. They could have expanded the plot a little bit more. I mean, I will admit the villains needed a bit more flesh it out, but I thought it was good enough. Me and Harry reviewed that as well. So yeah,
yeah,
I yeah, I think both of them are very good. They're very mature for children. I definitely highly recommend them. Um, but yeah, today we're gonna move on to the movie adaptations. We'll save the best for last, and by best I mean the worst.
oh
We'll
yeah,
start off by talking about the Lego Ninjago movie adaptation. For me, this film it is good, but that's all. I'd say it's an enjoyable film. It's entertaining, but that's it. Because when Cars 3, I got quite excited. There was no other film. There was no film for me to hype out really, and I just said, "Yeah, the Lego Ninjago movie is going to be out, so that could be an amazing film." And to be fair, I was kind of like, I thought, "Oh my God, this movie's going to be great," and it's going to be a great adaptation of the show. It's going to be a great faithful. It's going to get a lot of good reviews, and I thought it would be a great, great film, but not every film goes, oh, that looks amazing, that's going to be great. But yeah, that's not how most films end off. Unless it's How to Train Your Dragon or Kung Fu Panda, which
oh yeah,
obviously know what they're doing. But this film had a lot to live up to. Both lovers of the first two Lego movies and fans of the original TV show, and even newcomers. But to me, this film, when I first saw it at the Irish premiere on October 1st, 2017, I was let down big time. This film was a huge disappointment. The second act dragged. I felt it just felt it had none of the respectness of the TV series, and it just didn't work, and it was just a disappointment. And I actually, my friend Dirk, my PvP, he said that he first found it a disappointment, then on second viewing he loved it, and now he just thinks it's forgettable. But now that I think of this film, when I saw it a second time on October 15th, I thought this film was great. I thought it was my favorite film of all time, but I think that was more because I kind of wanted a new favorite movie in 2017, like a favorite film in general. I saw Legend of the Guardians, which was much better. This is what this film should have followed. But then again, I learned a bit more about TV show adaptations, like from watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. And overall, the more I thought about this film and the more I watched it, and the more flaws I realized, and it's good. It has nice emotional moments, some cool action. The first act is awesome. I'll give it that. It's definitely the strong core of the film. Like this film starts off well, but then it just gets really, really boring. But the second act does is very slow and drags out, and the Garmadon being nice is it's just silly and just predictable, really, because we know he's going to betray them. But I mean, there are some positives. Like the animation's great, the fight scenes are good. Well, even though he barely got any, but it's a very real kind of Lego movie. It feels really real, if you get me. But other than that, I think the Lego Ninjago movie good. I'll say it's very good, but I wouldn't say. But that's all. An enjoyable entertainment, better than nothing. I even own the Blu-ray, but I think like it's actually a lot of the fan base really think this film is a lot of it just don't think it's that good, and I can see why it's one of those movies where it just you love it first, and then when a few months later it's not that good, and that really sucks because this film had a shit ton of potential. But yeah, other than that, I'd give this film an 8 out of 10. But I know a lot of people don't like this film, which I can definitely see why. But yeah, I've that's my thoughts on the Lego Ninjago movie. But Harry, lead on your thoughts.
Oh yeah, everything is boring. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Lego Ninjago. In comparison to the movie we're talking about after this, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, true.
But still, Lego Ninjago. This is of the five Lego movies. This is by far the
Four.
weakest of the four
There's
Lego
only
movies. Sorry, this is by
wait, what's the fifth one?
Oh yeah, sorry, the fifth one's yet to be released, but of the four Lego movies we have, this is hands down the weakest. And I mean, don't get me wrong, at least it's beautifully animated and it's still it does have and the giant cat was the cat stomping through the city was the best thing about it.
I
And
just think it was really unnecessary though for a cat though, meow through it.
well,
Just
yeah,
doesn't work. It's funny, don't get me wrong. I can see what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't really work.
oh yeah, yeah, I guess so. I I guess I can see where you're coming from, but for me it was still the funniest thing in this movie, and I liked Lloyd. I like Lloyd's mum, as she was caring, but said yeah, this movie fails as an adaptation of the show because it's far too light-hearted and far too, as I said, boring. I mean, that second act in the forest, I thought it would never freaking end, and there's a
The jungle.
yeah, I know, right? And even though this is a movie, this movie has far less action than the show ever does, and that's
Yeah.
really bothered me. And the other ninjas barely have any development. And Lloyd's story of oh everybody hates him just because he's the son of a villain. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but Lloyd barely gets that much development either. He's just kind of like the others. He's just kind of there. He doesn't really do a lot.
exactly. He had a
And he's
lack
the
of
main
character
character.
to him, and yeah, and him being yeah, his storyline with him meeting Garmin on his father, it's just Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker all over again, just told it in Lego. But yeah, and even the theme song, I found my place while it's
I
decent.
love that how you sing it.
Of Eggs. While it's decent, it is my least favorite song in the Lego Movie franchise, and so yeah, Lego Ninjago is certainly, and this movie, it's light. It didn't have the balls of the show. It should have been more mature like the show. It shouldn't have been afraid to kill off some characters, and it shouldn't have been afraid to have some epic throwdowns. So yeah, this is the most disappointing movie of 2017 for me. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I rate Lego Ninjago 2 stars out of 5.
it is definitely. Yeah, I do agree with a lot of that. Coco. Lloyd's ma. He's she doesn't
Coco is
even do much.
yeah, Coco is far superior. Oh,
No, no, I meant Coco. That's her name.
oh yeah. Is Martin? Sorry. Yeah, Coco.
Yes,
Yeah, she's
it's
awesome.
fine. We're not talking. That Coco came out in 2018 for us.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do agree. She does. She just doesn't do much, and she's just there to give Lloyd advice, and she's just there from the beginning and the ending, and it's just like
Oh
Mr.
yeah.
Ping, except Mr. Ping is at least a good character. Hang on, just need to send a message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she just doesn't really do much, and just she's just it's just like Mr. Ping all over again. And Mr. Ping is a lovable character, and don't get me wrong, she's very likable, but she doesn't really offer much to the story.
Well, yeah. Other than her explaining the backstory of how she met Garmadon and had Lloyd, but that's it. The movie. Yeah, she did deserve more to do. Hmm.
Well, yeah, well, actually, yeah, well, no, sure, in the trailer was like that. She explained the story, although in the film it was Garmadon,
Oh yeah.
because which was very. I don't like when trailers do that. The trailers are very misleading for this film.
I know, right?
Like the whole, do you remember? Sure, in the posters they have weapons, and in this film they don't even use their weapons at
Oh
all.
yeah. I know,
So yeah,
right? What?
that's just misleading.
Yeah. I'm like, what a way to trick us, trailers.
Yeah, and there was like a really cool shot with them. Like, there's like one really damn nice. Hang on, let me try to find it on Google. It's in the teaser where it's like them with their weapons, and it's really damn badass, and that wasn't in the movie at all. And there's a lot of shots with like a lot of people say, oh, if they kept the tone of the teaser, it could have been a masterpiece. I mean, true, but I mean, it could have been just the exact same film. And originally, this was going to be a time travel film.
Really? That
Yeah,
I
sure. Remember, it was going to be about Lloyd. He meets his dad when he was human, and then oh, I found that picture by the way. Hang on,
oh, in fact, I,
that's
I I
strange.
wouldn't have minded it. I wouldn't have minded that if it was a time travel movie.
Yeah, and this shot looks amazing, and it wasn't in the movie.
I know, right? Well, yeah, that pisses me off when shots from trailers don't make it into the movie.
Yeah, that just sucks, and
I know, right?
it's not terrible. I mean, it is, but it does follow TV show adaptation rules very well. Like, apparently, if a TV show adaptation is similar to the show can actually lose money, and then the studio would get like there would be a big screw up, and people would just say, "Oh, this movie's just a rehash." I mean, I can see that. I'll give the movie this for having originality. It's just that second act that drags and drags.
Well, I know, right? It was.
So remember that one scene where they escape the temple, and then it plays "I Got the Power." Oh, it's so cringy.
I know, right? I'm like that they play a pop song when they're escaping the temple. That I'm sorry, what a way to kill tension, movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
I was.
just. Oh, I mean, I get this film is a kids' film. Well, for families, if you get me. But I mean, like, you mean they could have just used a similar tone with the original Kung Fu Panda, where it's like, oh, there's a bunch of ninjas and they have to fight against a villain. They could have followed that, but nah, we had to stick with the jungle. It's just the jungle plot that really is. I mean, change, just speed it up. Don't do just. You can have the jungle, but it doesn't need to be dragged.
I know, right?
But yeah, overall, I'm in agreement, and I do think some of the humor is quite funny when Garmadon says, "I look like I'm making out with two people, don't
Oh,
I?"
yeah, that was one line that got a chuckle out of me. I admit.
Yeah, and then they have reference pops like Easter eggs to the TV show, like Lloyd's
Oh
ringtone
yeah.
when his father rings him.
Oh yeah.
he like goes, "Oh, I butt dialed you." The ringtone's actually the theme song to the original TV
Oh
series. But
yeah,
yeah, there's cool things in it. I agree there. I mean, every bad film has to have positives, but yeah, Lego Ninjago movie, I do like it. I think it's enjoyable, but it has a lot of issues, and who knows? Maybe someday there'll be a sequel that could improve the storytelling of. I mean, I would like to see an improvement because I think that's what a sequel could be there for. You can improve upon the original, but
fingers
yeah, that's
crossed.
all I can say. This is definitely a messy. I wouldn't say messy. I'll say it's good, but needs more tension or needs more stakes. Yeah, but okay, we move on to the masterpiece of these movies.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, yeah, we move on to the real masterpiece. The last Airbender movie. Oh, this film. Are you all right, Harry?
um, no, not exactly.
M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, okay, so the last Airbender film. What a masterpiece! Just seriously, this film is a masterpiece of absolute shit.
Well said.
Yeah, this film is just a mess altogether, and I mean, I have to admit, this is better than Kitty Would Be King. Yes, I think Kitty Would Be King is worse because at least this film does have nice effects, but other like it has nice effects and Dev Patel, Slumdog Millionaire, the piece of guy from Spider-Man 2. Go! Yeah, he plays General Shao, and obviously they had Dev Patel as Prince Zuko. Um, I don't know who plays the Uncle Iroh. He's a good act. He's good enough. You just need him more heavier. I mean, Uncle Iroh's fat, but not like you know what I mean in the cartoon. But this film is just a rehash, and it's just oh, when I was watching this, I was like, wow, Lego Ninjago movie was like, I have a feeling if I went to this film premiere, I would have been so disappointed because this film is just such a mess,
I know, right? Yeah.
and the whole it's just, I mean, and they pronounce Aang's name wrong. They say it as Ong. Because the reason why they did that was because M. Night Shyamalan wanted to respect the source material. So you're telling me pronouncing the main character's name wrong is being respectful to the source material.
I know, right? Fuck you, as Shyamalan, and that's the opposite of being respectful.
Yeah, and oh god, and they do Zaka, Katara's brother, uh, Suka. I don't know how to pronounce. It's been a while since I've seen it. They pronounced his name wrong, and they get the actor from the Twilight films to play as him. And then there's Katara, played by that Michael Bay woman.
And what was her name? Nicole
Nicola
Pettis.
Peltz.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not that bad.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, she was actually 15 when she made this film, which
Damn.
is quite young, but yeah, and then they obviously have oh god, the acting's a mess, and then the kid that plays Aang.
Oh yeah. Um. I'm sorry, but he needed to work on his acting.
Avatar state, yep. Yeah, and the whole when he's in the spirit world, which when he's doing in the Avatar state, why have a talking dragon? Why can't you just get Avatar Roku? Because that was the guy he talked to in the original show, and the dragon gives him advice.
Yeah. I'm like, it was never. I'm like, it was never a dragon in the original show, and the dragon is so freaking blurry you can't even see him.
Yeah. You showed him the purpose of water. I can't remember this film very well. It's been a while. I
I
might
don't
watch it tonight just
blame
for
you.
fun. But yeah, and then Uncle Iroh, he goes, "But meeting a spirit would be such a great honor." He does drop a few funny lines when he goes, "I told them you were on vacation with a girl," which is very funny. And then he goes, you could meet a lot of there's a lot of beautiful girls around this town,
Oh
Zuko.
yeah.
You could fall in love here." And then Zuko goes, "Then we'll talk about then we'll think about the pretty ladies." It's just for fuck's sake. And then there's Zuko's backstory, which was told in the original cartoon, but done better. When how Zuko got the scar, his father burnt him, and Fire Lord Ozai, the actor who plays him in this film, is just what a terrible acting, and oh my god. And then yeah, Ozai, he's wasted. He wasn't even built up like he was in the original show, and then obviously the piece of guy who plays General Shao, he's not that good. Go!
Oh yeah.
Peter, you're a nice guy, but you need to think about pieces. But yeah, other than that, overall, the last Airbender movie's mess. It's a it's just laughable when the Earthbenders are dancing.
Oh yeah. I'm like um I was laughing at how over the top that scene was.
But overall, this film it's laughable. I'll say that. I enjoy how bad it is.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's certainly laughably bad, pointing out where it fails.
But yeah, Harry, top this. Um, we move on to the real masterpiece of these movies.
Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, um, 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 M. Night Shyamalan. What the fuck were you doing with the last Arsbender? I'm like, this is the shittiest adaptation of a anime movie I have ever seen. Period. Since Dragon Ball Evolution, and I'm sorry, but the the go. I mean, the original show, it deserved a it deserved better than this, and thank fuck the sequel for this piece of shit was cancelled. And I just wish I had firebending skills so I could incinerate this fucking shit. I mean, the direction is shit. The acting is shit. The dialogue is the shittiest, and the action scenes and the plot and the writing and are the worst. And yeah, this is I would say it may be tied with a Twilight Saga Eclipse as the worst movie of 2010, and certainly in my top worst movies of all time. But as for Ang, this kid, I'm sorry, he he
It's
needs to
Ong.
improve. Ang,
It's
sorry. Oh
Ong.
yeah,
Yeah.
they can't even pronounce his fucking name right. And I mean, with Ang's acting, he needs to
Hang on,
work
Harry.
on it. Yeah.
You can speak. I just need to do something.
Oh, okay. He needs to work on his acting. I'm sorry, and because his because his line delivery is so wooden. In fact, Nicola Pedes's, Dev Patel's, all of their acting is over the top and wooden. Nobody Nobody gave a single shit. Well, I know M. Night Shyamalan didn't give them any decent direction, but still, at least, but they but they picked this script and they picked this movie to work with. At least a try, and they and also yeah, I mean Nicole. I mean yeah, and also the this movie has far too much exposition. It's all talk and no action. Movies are supposed to show, don't tell. M. Night Shyamalan. We just Ang just tells us his backstory without even showing us, unlike in the show. So it was far more powerful. And also, yeah, the Earthbenders dance scene. What the fuck did I just watch? I'm
I'm
like, this
back,
is
by the way.
I know, right? Oh, hey Lee, this I'm like, you. It's like they're doing some weird, bizarre dance or something. Instead of defending their village, I was laughing at how over the top this movie is, and also, yeah, there's barely any epic throwdowns with the benders, unlike in the show. Literally, it's a so there's no stakes to this movie whatsoever. And as Lee said, the dragon made no sense. It's not supposed to be a dragon in the show, and also this lady, this
Oh,
princess,
I was about to say that
when they
Princess
when they
Yue.
when they when they get to this kingdom, and this lady with a penis shaped plant, I'm not kidding. And she has this love story with Katara's brother. It is
Exactly.
it is rushed as fuck. And like, then where's the build up? Where's the chemistry? And also, yeah, the final battle ends in the most anticlimactic way I've ever seen, where Aang just lips up a wave and the Fire Nation fuck off. Yeah, and also Zuko's scar, his scar is barely even visible. I'm like, that this is not how you portray Zuko visually in live action. This is what happens when you adaptate animation to live action. It often sucks,
Well,
especially
I mean, you
with
can eat. Well, to be fair, this is easy because this is humans.
well, yeah, at least it's humans, but still,
I
it's
am genuinely interested to see the live action reboot of the series that the original creators are doing, which is supposed to come out in 2020. I'm curious to see it, but I actually really want it to
yeah.
come out, but I know it'll be an improvement over this.
Oh yeah, I just know if it's done by the original creators, it will be infinitely better than this. And that's the movie we should have gotten with this movie. But yeah, the last Asked Airbender, it is one atrocity of an adaptation. Yeah, I never want to sit through it ever again. Just watch it. Just stick with the cartoon and save your money for the upcoming 2020 live action movie. I'd give the last
No, it's not
Arsbender.
the movie, it's a TV series,
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
stay tuned for the live action TV series. Sorry, I rate the last Arsbender 0 stars out of 5. Yeah.
0 stars out of 5. Fuck this
Oh
movie.
yeah.
It's just, oh, yeah, I do agree. It's just, this film is just a mess overall.
I
And like,
know.
it's just, I remember my review, I just thought it was crap. And I love the beginning. I actually, for anyone who is good friend with Harry, um, who's seen his rant, I was actually really looking forward to seeing his reviews of both this and the show. Where at the end of his show of the review of the end of his review for the show, it'd be like, "Oh, I can't wait to see how M Night Shyamalan adapt this film." Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. And then beginning of the last Airbender rant, he goes, "Oh my god, this movie's going to be a masterpiece." And then an hour and a half later, "Oh my god, what the fuck was that?" I think that would have been hilarious, but other than that, your rant was very funny, and her face is so wooden.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Everybody was wooden in this movie. Yeah.
Oh, oh. And then they had a setup for a sequel at the end of it, the same setup they had in the TV show, setting up Azula as the new villain of season of Last Airbender 2, sorry, which probably might happen, but I doubt it. But then again, they wanted to make this a trilogy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which I doubt that now because of how painfully bad this movie is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, yeah, that's all we have for these two adaptations. So Harry, how would you sum up your thoughts on these adaptations together and
Uh,
whole?
well, let's let's just say to sum up my thoughts on both adaptations, underwhelming, not impressed. I mean, you and yeah, we had better get some good adaptations to make up for these in the future.
Yeah, maybe in the 2020s we'll have a reboot,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah, I think, oh God, this is just a terrible review, and not a review, sorry. These are this is a terrible adaptation of The Last Airbender. At least the Lego Ninjago movie is good enough when compared to Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
The Last Airbender directed. Oh, sorry, direction doesn't exist. Direction doesn't exist.
Literally.
Yeah, but oh God, it is. It's just like when you think of it, this film is the one where everything gets screwed up.
I know, right?
How would you? What do you think the pitch meeting went for these movies?
Um, maybe and oh, we're too afraid if we make Lego Ninjago too and mature, we'll lose money and oh let's let's hire let we oh yeah we when we are we'll adaptate the Last Airbender into a live action movie. We could hire all the directors in the world, but let's hire M Night to ship them along.
Because he's a
I mean that's
masterpiece.
exactly.
There were TV shows when I was a boy. What
Oh
happened
yeah.
to them? Only a few know. The movie adaptations ruined these TV shows forever.
Oh yeah, good one.
There were dragons when I was a boy.
Oh yeah. Thank
Son,
God.
what are you doing? Oh, nothing, Dad. I'm just reviewing a TV show adaptation. What is it? The Last Airbender, Dad. Oh yeah, funny enough, the Last Airbender movie trailer's on the DVD of the original How to Train Your Dragon
Oh yeah, they
because of
put.
Paramount Pictures and all.
Oh yeah, exactly. They put a trailer for the worst movie of 2010 in the DVD for the best movie of
Yeah,
2010.
true. And it's funny because this is like we've had two adaptations, three: How to Train Your Dragon
Oh
based
yeah.
off book, Last Airbender based off TV show, Legend of the Guardians based off book, and it's just so when. Do you remember when the Last Airbender movie came out in McDonald's and all that?
Yeah, and then but I avoided the McDonald's action figures. Uh,
Didn't you say you saw this film on at Christmas?
yeah, I had the DVD for Christmas, and I still have the DVD.
What are you gonna do? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Oh yeah, get
Yeah,
my
but overall, don't skip these movies. That's all we can say for them. We're gonna end the stream. Harry, I'll try get with you in a bit.
yeah
And
sure.
yeah, so we'll see you guys next time, man. Skadoosh.